It's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by welterweight contender Dan Morley. Dan, how you doing?
Very good, Danny. Very good. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. You're back out, finally, August the 7th, Southern Area title eliminator. You must be delighted, not just that you're back out, but that small hall boxing is making its return.
100%. I mean, I think I've been out for roughly around 18 months now, maybe even a little longer. And, you know, just having that uncertainty, not knowing when I will be out personally, but the entire small hall scene with crowds coming in, it's been tough mentally. But to have this back and to have a date, I'm raring to go.
How have you managed to keep yourself motivated, ticking over in the gym without having that carrot at the end of a fight date?
I've had a really, really good team around me. I mean, I'm training with Adam Booth, and my coach is Adam Martin, but we're training with Adam Booth's stable. So we've got fighters who have been fighting throughout this duration of lockdown, like Michael Conlon, Harlem Eubank, Shannon. So being around fighters that have fight dates is a big push. Obviously, they need sparring, and I'm a welterweight, so you know you got Abbas Barral and Harlem. Yeah, Josh as well for the Avanesian fight, and Ryan Martin. So, you know, just keeping them in shape and improving myself has been a huge motivation. And we've got it's just a really good stable in there. We've got the Paul Forrest, who owns the gym. He's on me every day, making sure I'm in. So it's actually been probably the most productive, I say, 18 months of my boxing career, because I've just been in 6 days a week and just focusing on that and nothing else.
And just tell us a bit about some of the sparring you've done with members of Adam Booth's team. You mentioned some of them there. Just tell us how that's helped bring you on and also kept you motivated, as you alluded to.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I say, all of the names I mentioned previously, I've sparred multiple times. And I've always really held my own and done really well. And with time, your confidence grows and you get into the 6 and 8 and 10 rounds of sparring. And you just know it's going to stand you in good stead. And I'm always getting good feedback off my coach and Adam Martin and Mick Guilfoyle and, you know, the others in the gym. And, you know, it's just a challenge for me. Yeah, if you're not ready to go in with, you know, top level fighters when you're sparring, then you might as well not be in the gym. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely been a big turning point in my career. I felt for the first sort of 2-3 years, everything was going in the right direction, other than just that, you know, that sparring that would get me nervous. Do you know what I mean? You know, we have a great stable of fighters here, the likes of Jermaine Brown, and you know, we got loads of fighters in the gym. But yeah, it's been really, really, really positive.
Has it been a challenge to kind of make ends meet as well during this period, financially? I mean, because I think you do some PT work and stuff, don't you? But I'm guessing some of that dried up during the pandemic.
Yes, luckily I can do PT now for myself. But for the first sort of 8 to 10 months, I would say I was on universal credit. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't have a steady income and I didn't have any work. Luckily, when we were able to train outside, I had people flooding in because everyone just wanted to get fit. But no, I'm really lucky. Fortunately, through my boxing, it's given me a platform to do some great opportunities. And I worked in the Maldives for a few months teaching boxing, which was it was a real lucky opportunity, and I met some great people out there. So yeah.
Tell us how that came about, and did you enjoy it? What was it like?
It was all right. No, I mean, it was brilliant. So I've been there twice now. And I've trained sort of people from all around the world. I trained Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. Basically how I got that is that I do my PT and I teach people how to box just on the side. Done some work in schools, but it's very much, you know, just a steady income whilst I'm doing my training. And in my 5th professional fight, I had a friend of my girlfriend's family. He came to the fight and he used to work on the island. And it was just, he said to me, he basically just came up to me and offered it to me, and I couldn't believe it at the time. He just said, would I be up for going out there and teaching people how to box? It's a perfect way to, you know, meet people from all around the world. I met some great people out there, and it's been a great success both times. So it was just the kindness and of one man that gave me the opportunity.
And how did you end up training a TV star?
Just on holiday. She's just on holiday. Yeah. So she's from. I've trained quite a few cool people now. I met one of my idols out there. I won't drop his name. He was a boxer, when you're out there, you know, these people are just normal people on their holidays, and we actually I had quite a lot of common in. We've heard they're from the South London area, like myself. They're from literally just down the road. So, and she's a very, very, very good boxer. So
I was going to ask if she was any good.
Yeah, I think she's had an ABA sanctioned fight. I'm not entirely sure, but I think when she was really young, she had a bout. So yeah, she had pop in the shots. She can crack.
What's it like coming from that, kind of going back to the day job and the everyday grind, preparing for your own fight? It must be a bit like, obviously it's what you want to do, it's your life's work, but you've just come from the Maldives, mixing with famous people in the sun. Is it a hard adjustment at times?
So I've done it twice. The first time was at the end of 2019, and I came back, and I mean I was straight into the boxing booth gym, which was just open. So it was like a new, you know, I had this amazing opportunity. And then come back to a new chapter of my career. So I just got straight into it. I was training, like I say, with top level people. So the first time it was completely fine. It didn't take very much adjustment at all. I was just on the up. But when I went the last time, I came back into just full lockdown and a 10-day quarantine. You know, there was a COVID swarming, and that was really, really tough to get back to. You know, obviously I've been really lucky to get out of it, but getting back and not being able to get into the gym, it was cold. I remember walking down the alleyway and this lady just turned her back to me just through fear of, you know, COVID. It was just sort of going from paradise to like the apocalypse almost. The streets were just empty. So I mean, that was pretty bizarre times, but that was really, really sort of amplified. So that was tough. But I got back to the gym, and you kind of, you know, once you get cracked a few times, reality sets back in.
And I saw earlier, I don't think this was during the pandemic, I think this was before, but you've done a bit of writing for Sky Sports website as well. Pretty impressive, I thought.
No, thank you very much, mate. Thank you. So I've always been good at writing. I've always been able to express myself better with words, you know, on paper than the way I, you know, vocally. And I just started. We had a writer called Paul Zannon. You probably know Paul.
Yeah, I know Paul.
A really top bloke. And he did a piece on Adam Martin, my coach, a few years ago for Boxing Monthly. And I just spoke to Paul, and I just said, you know, I've never ever done anything like this. Could you just guide me through, maybe write a few articles? And he was brilliant with me. He'd read all the stuff I'd write, and then it would get published onto Boxing Monthly. And I was able to sort of build a portfolio for myself. And I just remember going to the gym, the booth gym, and Martin Tyler was there, commentator for, you know, football commentator.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a massive Chelsea fan. I've had FIFA for like 20 years, so that's the voice that's sort of ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
And he was really, really nice to me. Had a chat with him, and then someone just mentioned to him that I do a little bit of writing, and he got in contact with the people at Sky. I was able to sort of do a few columns for them, and it's been brilliant.
Is that something you'd like to do more of when the career starts to wind down, obviously in 10 years or however long?
100%. I mean, you know, I've done loads of jobs around boxing that I haven't liked. So I have a really sort of structured plan in my mind now where I do my career, get the most out of it, and then it gives me the platform to be able to do things outside of boxing. Because I'll be finished, you know, as a young man at boxing. Do you know what I mean? You only get to your late 30s, and then you have a whole life of things that you need to do. So if I can use this, I don't know, let's just say 5-10 years productively, and then I can use my boxing to write, teach people how to box, and make a career out of that, then that would be ideal. Obviously, you never know what's going to happen, but that's the plan, hopefully.
Now, your fight on August the 7th against Lewis Isaacs, that's going to be on Fightzone TV, which is an app that's recently launched, obviously doing really well so far, mostly been the shows in Sheffield. Yours is on a Mo Pryor show, of course. Just tell us how that came about and how excited are you? Because it's not lineal TV, of course, but it is still a way for your fans to be able to watch you without attending, and ticket sales are still limited at the moment.
Yeah, of course, 100%. I mean, in regards to the ticket sales, I reckon I could sell out, the whole venue at the moment, just because everyone I know is interested, because everyone's been locked in. But potentially that might not be possible, that we get as many tickets as I hope. So to have, an app that everyone is able to, just subscribe to is amazing. I think it will broaden the audience drastically. And yeah, I mean, you look at the success of the Zone and how easy it is. I watched the Canelo Billy Joe Saunders fight about 5 in the morning. I was just like that, and you have to get up, go downstairs. It's easy.
I hope that was on your
really...
phone and that you haven't just got a tiny telly.
No. It was on my iPad. It's about that big.
Oh, okay. That's all right then.
I don't even have an iPad. Yeah. But yeah, no. So I'm really, really excited. I've had shows that have been recorded as if they're on telly and then posted to YouTube. So you don't even notice the cameraman's there. To be honest with you, you're so zoned into your opponent and just what to do. So yeah.
And yourself and Isaac's got identical records, both 6-0.
Yeah.
What do you make of him, and how do you think the styles will mesh together?
Yeah. I mean, I've known of him because I think we're the same age as well. I've known of him for quite a lot of years. Common opponents in the amateurs. I've never met him. I don't know him really well, but I know he's going to be a threat because he's very aggressive. He's very fit, and it's as soon as this fight came available, I think it was mentioned for the Southern Area title, which is even bigger. But as soon as the fight came available, it's just me and my coach Adam Martin. We just said, yeah, we want that. It's a challenge. I think his style will give me opportunities to land my shots. It'll also push me, and I can test myself. And yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Lewis. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this fight, August 7th. I think it's going to be a very, very good fight. We're both on the up. We're both sort of at that stage where some people continue to take sort of easier fights, but we've both gone in for the big one, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll pay off.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because you're only 6-0. Usually prospects will get to kind of 9, 10-0 and then take that step. Why are you doing it now? Why is now the right time?
I think, barring any global pandemics, I probably would be at that stage right now. The only problem is I haven't been able to get the fights, I'm 24 now. I think about that there. I'm 24 now. And like I say, these 18 months I've had out have been the most productive 18 months of my career, because I've just been getting solid long distance rounds in with top fighters from Adam Martin stable and Adam Booth stable. So, I think on paper it is a jump for both of us. But personally, for me, I feel like, the training and the mindset that I've developed over these 18 months will stand me in good stead. Of course, it'll be a challenge. I've never done it before, same as him. But I feel like challenges are what get the best out of you,
And are you keen to go down the traditional route of Southern Area, English, British, and so on?
Yeah. I just want to fight. I was asked a few years ago sort of what my goal is as a professional boxer. Do I want to be pound for pound one or world champion? I don't have a goal. I just enjoy the sport and enjoy the process. I respect the heritage of the sport. So, I think you got fighters like the first one that springs to mind is Darren Barker, who went the traditional way. And, every single title was prestigious. So, yeah, of course, I'm just going to take the next opportunity that comes available to me at the time it becomes available,
And tell us a little bit about your life outside of the ring. Are you married? Have you got kids? What do you get up to when you're not in the gym?
I'm not married, nah. I've got a girlfriend. I've had a girlfriend for 5 years. I think it's our anniversary tomorrow or the next day.
This is not the sort of thing you want to get wrong on camera.
No, I know what it is. June the 10th. So yeah, I've got a girlfriend. I live with my stepmom, my dad, and my brother. We live in Epsom. To be honest with you, it's hard to sort of say what I do because you can't really do anything right now. I mean, I like obviously, I love football. I like playing golf and just staying active. But right now, in the last sort of year and a half, in the recent memory, it's just training, really. Training and teaching people how to box. But that's it. Like, the social life's kind of been knocked on the head due to COVID.
Well, at least everything's opening back up now. So once your fight's out of the way, you can get out a bit more.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. No, I'm excited. You know, I mean, yeah, it's just good to get back moving. You know.
And before we let you go, just tell everyone out there how they can find you on the different social media platforms so they can kind of get to know you a bit better.
Yeah, so I predominantly use Instagram. My Instagram is Daniel Morley 97. You can follow me on there. I'm on Twitter here and there. I sort of do announcements, fights and stuff. I think it's the same, Daniel Morley 97. So yeah, those are my platforms. Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, it's been great to catch up with you. Best of luck. Obviously, it's still a couple of months away as we talk now, but we catch up again hopefully after the fight, and you might have a Southern Area title fight to look forward to.
Fingers crossed, Danny. That's the plan. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
And you, mate. Take care. Bye.